So today is the day that so many of us have been waiting for, with it being release date of the Lenovo Legion Go PC gaming handheld, and the review embargo has finally lifted too. Let's analyze and break down 3 review key takeaways to find out if the device has lived up to the hype, including whether the lack of VRR makes a difference, how the Steam Deck beats it in an unexpected key area of the display, and whether or not it has better battery life than the ROG Ally. So let's dive straight in and start with a legend that is Bill at Nerd Nest. Is the Legion Go too big and bulky to be comfortable to use was a key question that many of us had in looking at all of the previews, but Bill seems to be really impressed with the ergonomics of the Go.
The thickness and roundness of the grips on the side of this thing make it really comfortable to hold and play for an extended period of time. I feel like when I pick it up and put my hands on it, my fingers automatically land on those triggers, and my thumbs automatically sit right on the sticks. I was worried because they were using an offset axis for the sticks that I wouldn't find it very comfortable, but actually it works out pretty well.
A big debate that's been raging in our PC gaming handheld community is, does the lack of variable refresh rate on the Go, also known as VRR, have a negative impact on that big 8.8-inch screen that Bill addressed for us?
Is that I've played on a VRR display and I've played on this 144 Hz screen, and to my eyes they both look great. In fact, if I put this display down in front of most people I think would not really care about whether or not it's a variable refresh rate display or it's a high refresh rate display. They would just be like, oh, that screen looks really good.
However, Bill stated that the FPS mode of the Go, which is one of the unique selling points of the device, will definitely take some getting used to, especially with the button placements.
It's responsive and it absolutely works, but it's definitely going to take me some time to get used to it because I was playing Doom Eternal and it was telling me press the E button, and my brain is having trouble figuring out where is the E button. But after a while, I'm sure that you would just get used to it and know where everything is.
Next is another of our tech heroes, which is Rich at Fan the Deck, and he had glowing praise for part of the Go that early previewers weren't a big fan of.
What I would like to point out is that this D-pad is excellent. One test that I've done recently is a crouching medium kick into a fireball, especially as Ryu, and it's much harder to do on the Neo Kyun and the Steam Deck for some reason, but it's really trivial to do on the Legion Go, so this is an excellent D-pad.
However, Rich states that while the Go's huge screen is obviously a key selling point, another PC gaming handheld actually beats it in one key area that I hadn't actually thought about until watching his review.
Now, when it comes to brightness, I did compare this to the Ally and the Steam Deck. And when I compare it to the Ally, the max and the min brightness really look about the same. When I compare it to the Steam Deck though, the max brightness looks the same. But once again, Steam Deck wins when it comes to minimum brightness. This is something that's not that important to me, but I know it is important to a lot of people out there that play in dim settings and really want displays that can have a minimum brightness that goes really low.
In the last video, I mentioned how the incredible Dolby Atmos front-facing speakers on the Ally really are an underrated feature of the device. Rich's speaker test of the Go compared against the Ally was fascinating, and I could be wrong on this, but to me it just seems that the Ally speakers are much more fuller and richer against the Go's tinny and lifeless top-facing speakers. But what do you think?
Of course, if we're talking about the screen, the next thing we have to talk about is the audio. In terms of the speakers, the quality is quite good, but you did have to turn them up a bit. They were quite low compared to, say, the ROG Ally, but again, the quality is good. I'm going to show you some clips so that you can see kind of the comparison between the two.
By the way, if you're enjoying this video, then be sure to hit those like, subscribe buttons and enable notifications so you do not miss out on any of these videos as we continue to analyze and break down key points of the reviews. Also, a massive thanks to helping the channel reach 500,000 views since launching 6 months ago. You guys are awesome. And finally, completing the trifecta of tech YouTubing legends is ETA Prime. Whereas Bill at Nerdnest wasn't particularly enthralled with the FPS mode in his admittedly short time using it, let's see what ETA had to say after a week gaming using this feature.
But FPS mode is actually really fun. When Lenovo first announced this and we saw FPS mode, I thought, yeah, that's cool, I might not use it much. But after messing around with this for about a week, I've actually fallen in love with FPS mode. A lot of fun, and it's even more fun when you have this connected to a big screen. But I wanted to show you everything running on this built-in 8.8-inch display.
And let's get the answer to what you voted for as your #1 question, which is how long will the battery last on the go?
Since we know the exact size of the battery in the Legion Go, we can do some simple math here at all of these power profiles and get an idea of what kind of battery life we're going to get out of this. The Legion Go has a 49.2 watt-hour battery. With all of my testing, I did have the screen brightness at 100%. In quiet mode, total battery draw is around 14.6 watts. That should net us around 203 minutes. Balanced mode, battery draw is 24.5 watts, around 120 minutes. In performance mode, it jumps up to 30.2, around 97 minutes. And a custom base 30 watts across the board, 38.3 watts, around 75 minutes. Keep in mind, this is just an estimated battery life given what we know. All it takes is a little bit of math. We know the size of the battery and total system draw from the battery at these different performance levels.
So this makes it very comparable to the ROG Ally with no significant increases or decreases in terms of battery life from ETA's testing. I'd love to hear your thoughts of these first 3 reviews of the Go, so let us know in the comments. And as a little extra bonus for watching right to the end of the video, I'd love to share this awesome Halloween themed quote. Spend time with people who don't drain you. Shake off the cobwebs, reconnect with your hobbies. Brew up your favorite tea. Clear your phone of monsters from the past. Carve out some time for exercise. Trick or treat yourself to a spa day. Curl up with a glass of wine and your favorite book. Spend time outside to lift your spirits. Let's make sure we really take care of our mental health and well-being and stay encouraged today, guys. It goes without saying that I highly recommend you check out all 3 of these incredible review videos in full. Links in the description. Check this video out if you want to know the 7 burning questions we have about the Go. I appreciate every single one of you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.